My name's Eric. I'm KC8VWL, and I'm with Universal Radio. And today we were going to talk about Yaesu's FTdx3000. This radio's been out for a little bit, but they've just done some firmware updates that have opened up some new features, and we wanted to do an overview on it. It's got HF coverage, 160 meters, all the way through 6 meters. Very, very capable receiver in this radio. The cornerstone of this is its 32-bit floating DSP. It's got a really nice color TFT display. And this radio's incorporated some very awesome scope features, and with the latest firmware that's just come out, that scope can be run live in a waterfall mode that lets you look at the activity across the band with a time reference as it goes down the screen. One of the nicest features that's built into the FTdx3000 is the audio FTT scope that's down here on the bottom of the screen. I think this is a very powerful tool that's going to make a great difference in how you use your filters in this radio. And just here, as you adjust your width, you can actually see the audio width get wider and narrower, and you can really tailor your signal down as tight or narrow as you need it to pick up just what you're seeing in the scope. You can also, with the IF shift your passband around a bit. And then when you turn on your notch filters, if you watch on this real close, you can actually see where your notch filter is at in the audio spectrum. And as you adjust your notch filter one way or the other, you're going to get a very clear representation of what you've done to your filters at first glance and what's working best for you also by just ear, and seeing that visually I think is one of the most powerful tools in this radio. You're going to see the actual signal on the scope and can really tune in very tight right on the signals you're trying to hear. Very similar layout of its little brother, the FTdx1200. This radio uses a separate display for your main VFO. Your sub VFO is always going to have smaller text showing you what frequency it's on for VFOB. All your scope and stuff are going to be on the main screen and everything that you need. It's got a big radio feel with a layout. Most of everything that you need to get into, you can get into with all the filters and your adjustments with all the knobs that are here across the bottom of the radio. So that's going to give you a lot of capabilities without having to get into the menu system in the radio. One of the things that really stands out to me that has been a great upgrade in this line recently is Yaesu's made huge improvements in the audio of the internal speaker system in this. It's just got great sound, beautiful rich sound, and a lot of these really, it's just amazing how good that Yaesu's really got these things set up now. Transmit side, I've got good reports on good clean audio too when we've been using these. Lots of adjustments for audio EQs, speech compressors, a lot of stuff to where you can set up just the basic factory mic that comes with this and really get an awesome sounding radio and tailor it to your own voice. Something that really a lot of radios in this price range is a little bit more challenging to set up and do. This radio does have an internal antenna tuner. And it's your typical internal tuner. Usually will match about a 3-to-1 antenna or a little flatter. Still a very nice capable tuner that's in this. Definitely good to work with a resonant antenna. On the back of the radio, there are 3 antenna connections. Antenna connections 1 and 2 can be set up as receive and transmit both. 3 can be designated as also both receive and transmit, or as just a receive antenna, and then you can switch between transmit on 1 and 2. Also, the antenna tuner can work on all 3 antenna connections, which is a very nice feature. Uses the regular 4-pin connector that's common on a lot of these newer radios now for power. A really nice feature of this is it's got its direct USB port. With a USB AB style cable, you can connect this directly to a PC, which is going to let you do cat control, data modes, and a lot of different setups without needing a separate TNC. If you still have one and you want to use, you can always connect it to the data ports and do it. But with the interface, and once you install Yaesu's drivers, you can use this radio connected directly to a USB cord, and it works great. It still has a serial port for cat connections. It's got separate ports for the micro tune units that are optional for this. You've got key ports on the back with an electronic keyer built in, so you can connect to the front of the rig or to the back of the rig, along with your speaker connections. All the Yaesu tuners and the data ports are going to be here on the back too. It's definitely one of the most capable rigs. Considering its mid-level price range, it's seriously one of the most capable rigs on the market for the money right now.